Hello, this is Rich Pawson, CMT. It is March 16, 2020. It's been a while since I've given an update on what's going on in real estate relative, say, to the NARA indexes. In this particular index, we want to show some cyclical patterns like we've shown in the past, such as these 9-year cycles, and they were inside of much larger super cycles. And as you may recall, over the past 4 or 5 years, I've been looking for a long-term top, and this was the best guess for a top to occur sometime in the 2016 to 2018 timeframe. That was ahead of what we were looking at for the stock market when best guess was around 2018, 2019, with the chance it would top out as late as 2020. Well, as it turns out, the stock market stayed up until, this particular REIT index stayed up until 2019. And as we know now, the stock market went to a record high in early 2020. This index did not. And now the stock market has fallen 27% at least, maybe more. And we can see that the index really has not fallen off much. So what would occur if the stock market went down 30%, and if this index kept a correlation to 30%, well, then it would probably put this index around 160. You may recall I had been looking for something in the 170s, 160s. It said maybe it can even go down in the 150s, 140s. But it said I'm concerned that the recession that should have related to a setback in real estate and the stock market would be rather minor impact on real estate. And I think we started to see evidence that it was working going into that 2018 collapse where it was in line with the stock market collapsing. But the thing is, what's been holding up real estate over the past 4 or 5 years is, from what I understand, is the rich have actually been pulling money out of the stock market on the way up and pumping more money into real estate, and they probably view it as a hard asset, something a little bit safer. They can get involved in income properties, okay? And so I'm beginning to understand why this stayed up longer than anticipated, but the interesting thing, it has turned down the latest allowed. We may yet see a bottom here no later than next year going into 2021. It can bottom this year, however, so we've got a little 3-year cycle inside of all of this whole 9-year cycle. And as I've stated in the past, I don't know if we're going to have as significant a bear market as what we've seen in prior years. Like this one was 36% down, this was 52% down. And then we can see 9-year cycles, some of them by themselves, not related to larger cycles, could be as little as just a 16% decline. So at any rate, I think we have an opportunity for this to finally work out here for a setback into a 9-year cycle. And even if it were to stop today and take right off to the upside, I would probably go back and say, you know what, we called it right to begin with here in this 2016, 2018 time frame. And it's already started a brand new 9-year cycle higher. Now, once we get the recession out of the way, the economy should see about 7 to 12 years of economic growth. Real estate can top out ahead of that, meaning it doesn't have to follow that trend to that length. But nevertheless, I would think that real estate could do well into, say, 2025 once it's put this 9-year cycle in, and it may do well all the way to 2030 even. So I'm beginning to think, yes, we're finally getting this pullback, but I'm starting to wonder, can it hold up better than, say, the stock market and the economy overall? And I'm convinced we've got new record highs coming in this index when looking out several years. But right at the moment, yeah, we're going to get one last chance here to really put this down quite a bit to coincide with this 9-year cycle. Hope this makes some sense, and I apologize for being so delayed on updating this. And by the way, you can go to criticalpoint.podbean.com, and I have a new service out there discussing the stock market, the economy, climate, a few commodities, and we will be putting out some free real estate analysis as well. Thank you, and as always, manage your own risk relative to the analysis of others and yours.